This week at 6 o'clock, we have been taking a closer look at some of the issues people face while renting a home or an apartment.
And tonight we are looking at what happens when something's broken inside the place you're renting, anything from heating issues to mail not being delivered because the mailbox is broken.
Channel 3's chief investigative reporter Matthew Campbell is sharing the tips that you need to know to get your landlord to take action.
This home on Magnolia Street in Hartford may look fine on the outside, but you have to really look close to see what's draining hundreds of dollars from Crystal Campbell's bank account each month.
The screen door is too short where I have the gap up there, and I have a lot of air coming in.
She has a significant gap between the door and the frame.
It gets to the point where I have to even put sheets down, blinkers down.
To try to insulate?
Yes. Try to insulate the air from even coming in.
If you're in a similar situation and exhausted your options, Judith Rothschild, the director of Hartford's Blight Remediation Program, has some recommendations. Get the complaint in. She says typically landlords will have 21 days to acknowledge the complaint and show they're acting to solve it. If they don't act in time,
then the code inspector could issue what's called a citation within the city of Hartford, which would allow the imposition of fines on a daily basis for each day that the owner does not comply with the order that's issued. Or if it's against the tenant, same thing.
The fines are capped at $7,500 per violation.
Lack of heat is also a big complaint. In Connecticut, landlords are required to keep it no colder than 65 degrees inside, and this applies year-round. If it's colder than that, call your landlord. If there's no response, call the city. They're going to inspect. And if they do find that it is colder than 65 degrees inside, they could require the landlord to provide space heaters or additional housing, alternate housing, until the problem is solved.
As I imagine, code enforcement agencies throughout the state of Connecticut are very, very busy responding to these complaints during what we call the no heat season.
Rothschild also gets questions about broken appliances like stoves or refrigerators. She says under state statutes, landlords are responsible for keeping things in working order. Notice it doesn't read brand new. Rothschild also says tenants could be charged if they caused the damage. Now we go to Bristol, where Sarah Giannamore's mailbox is broken.
My mailbox has not locked properly for the last 6 months.
That's causing mail carriers like Jean-Louis not to deliver.
If the mailbox is open like this, I will not leave mail.
What can she do? Rothschild says she can go to the town, but the USPS should be the first stop.
Because I believe the obligation on the landlord to have a secure mailbox falls within the U.S. Postal Service regulations.
Now, broken items can run the gamut, and we want to help you out. When our broadcast is over at 6:30 tonight, we're going to hop onto Facebook Live just like we've been doing every night. We have an expert ready to answer your questions, and we hope to see you then. Live here in studio, Matthew Campbell, Channel 3 News.
All right, Matthew, see you at